I know what his purpose was for doing it, was to try to help others not make the same mistakes that he made, or something similar. You know, we find ourselves in various situations in life. It may not be exactly the same, but we all have temptations and strongholds that we have to overcome. So I was not thrilled about it initially, and it's kind of grown on me over the years, and I have come to accept that I also want to help someone, because people have some hard times in life, and we want to let them know that you can make it through it with the help of the Lord.
Right, welcome to the Ronald Dills II podcast. Hopefully, y'all are doing well. I'm super pumped, super excited to be doing another session on this wonderful day. And we have a wonderful guest with us this day. And as I was saying, Downhill the Play has taken over the Ronald Dills II podcast as we make preparations for our show this May at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center. Today, we're blessed to have a wonderful, as I call a wonderful queen with us, the great Mrs. Sandra Hill. How are you doing?
Today, how are you doing, Ronald?
I'm doing well. I'm blessed and highly favored, and especially favored to have you here with me.
Well,
You
thank
know,
you for having me. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you so much. So I never forget, this story always stick with me, how you ended up in my mother's chair getting your hair done after
Yeah,
all of this transpired with me meeting the great brother Hill for the first time. And
yeah,
you ended up in my mom's chair. So tell me
yeah.
a little bit about that story from what you remember.
Yes, well, I was searching for someone, and I really can't remember who recommended her to me, but I needed someone to do my hair, and she was highly recommended to me. So I called her, not really realizing who she was at the time. And so I was just really happy once I got there, and in her nice setting, um to do my hair. And we started talking and realized that our sons went to school together, and and it was Ronald Diltz. So I already knew you, and it was just such a pleasant surprise to find out that I was there with your mother, and in your own home at that. So it was quite a pleasure.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I'm just like the great Lord worked that out in such a mysterious way. Like I always tell everyone who I tell this story to, always that's a story in itself. You know how you ended up there, how Brother Hill ended up in my classroom that day at Robbinswood, and
Yeah,
giving his presentation. I'm just like, wow, Lord, that was just so. That's just a story and a journey all in itself, and
like
how
it's
we are
meant to
here.
be, right? Yes.
Right, right, right. So
Yeah,
I was telling him, I was like, God chose me for this journey. Obviously,
that's
you could
right.
tell.
He
So,
did.
uh,
He did.
super, yeah, super pumped about that. So let's go back into time a little bit. I know I said I wouldn't go back too far. Well, when the great Brother Hill was doing this book, okay, about his life, his testimony, what was going through your mind in that season when he was like, I have to tell my story after everything has passed, you all have gotten through that, right? And now he wants to share this story with the world. What was going through your mind?
My mind was saying, do you really want to do this? I mean,
Right.
do you want to relive all of that? I'm not sure that I do, because I'm more of a private person, but he was ready to tell it. And he can't tell his story without telling part of my story too.
Right, right.
So, I was a little leery about it and thinking, well, he can go on and do that, and maybe it's just something that he needs to do to help him through this process and continue on through his journey. Not thinking it was going to get very far, but here we are
Right,
now. Here we are about to do a stage play, and
right. Wow.
we're excited about it. But I know what his purpose was for doing it, was to try to help others not make the same mistakes that he made, or something similar. We find ourselves in various situations in life. It may not be exactly the same, but we all have temptations and strongholds that we have to overcome. So I was not thrilled about it
Yeah,
initially,
yeah.
and it's kind of grown on me over the years, and I have come to accept that I also want to help someone, because um, people have some hard times in life, and we want to let them know that you can make it through it with the help of
Amen.
the Lord.
Amen. And we, even me and my great queen Monique, we constantly, we have great parents we look up to, but you all are, we look up to as well because of all that you've been through, all that you've gone through, and all that you're doing now. It's like you're a great set. I would say parents too, that we look up to, even though I call you brother and sister.
I
But
know.
yes, but y'all are just like amazing and all you do and all you pour in. Like in a sense, I'll be honest, he's like a mentor. He's been mentoring me even in this journey, whether he knows it or not. And so I'm grateful for you both and being able to be a part and share this journey with you. So thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
we're very happy to have you, for it to be you who's doing this, because we greatly admire you and your work that we've already seen in the past, and for you to have the tenacity to stick with this through this whole journey and now reaching this point is quite a blessing. But we greatly admire you.
Yeah, that's why these sessions are so like dear to me because it allows me, which I learned on this journey, God allowed me to move forward and say, "Hey, why don't you do a podcast with the play?" But it allows me to reflect over everything that we're doing now because it's such a busy season. But this is how I reflect over it. So I'm grateful for it. Um, so now let's get back to the films. Naturally, he wrote the book, of course, and thank you for allowing him to share a part because we forget that it's not just about his life, it's about your life too. You said that right on it because you all are one. So it's about both of you. So, how did you feel when originally the idea came about? Like, I want to turn this into a film. How did you feel about that?
Once again, it was really, are we going there with it? But
Hmm.
it took a moment. I had to have a moment, but once again, with you and the team that we have working with us, CJ and you, and we feel comfortable uh, and confident in you. So that helped a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. And that's refreshing for us. What was your opinion about the short film?
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it was great. It is a little difficult seeing yourself portrayed, and it's, I don't know. I'm just a little behind the scenes kind of person, and not I don't have to be out front, but here I am in the in the play, in this
Right, right.
film. But yeah, I was, and it brings back some hard times, hard memories. But praise be to God, we have gotten through that, and He's been good to us.
Amen to that. Yes, I love that. Now, we had this wonderful, amazing actress by the name of, I'll call her Great, Elle Vernay, play you in the film.
Yes.
How was that? Like, I know when it came to your character, Sister Hill, I had to make sure it was someone very special and dear to me, and make sure she had a certain look and a certain vibe, even with the play. That was my goal. It's like, how are we going to do this? And so, how did you feel about that performance? What you have seen so far through the film?
Well, I've been greatly flattered, actually, by by your choices, and I think she did a great job of portraying me, and I look forward to seeing it again on the screen. So I was very happy with your selections.
Super awesome, super awesome. Yeah. Elle, of course, she's out of state, so she wasn't able to come down to be in the play. So we had to go a different direction.
Yes,
Now we have an amazing, wonderful actress by the name of Diane Grant, who's
yeah,
portraying you for the stage play. So we're up for another treat, with her performance as well. So I'm super excited to see what you're going to think about that.
yes.
That goes into play a lot when it comes to doing, because this is the first time I've done a real a play or a production that's based on real people, right? And
Hmm.
people that are dear to me, just not any people, but and so when we're trying to choose these actors, is a lot of things go into play, making sure the actors can portray you the best possible that you can possibly be portrayed on screen or on stage. And so yeah, so that was always important. So when I found out that Elle couldn't be down here, I actually went on the search to fill that role. It was just like I'm going to try to find someone. I was praying about this too. And then of course, Lord behold, I came across this wonderful amazing sister. I did not know her personally, but her look was exactly what I was seeking, for your character. And so, of course, I reached out and had her read some lines when she agreed, and was able to get her on. So yeah, so I was just like, okay, all right, we'll see. Now we got to see how well she works with Brother CJ. So a
Yes,
lot of great elements go into play with that. But yeah, it's been going really well with the
I'm
play.
looking forward to it. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me see. So, how do you feel now that we've kind of discussed this too? We're taking this show to the stage. Originally, this idea came about because I was inviting you all out to see some of the shows I've done,
Hmm.
and I
Yeah.
was like, "That's this idea was like a seed from the Lord, right? That's where it comes from." And I mentioned this to, of course, Brother Hill and Brother CJ about taking the show to the stage, and they just went crazy, like, yeah, 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 yeah. They were so excited about it. And I was like, uh-oh, what did I do? What did I do to myself? So, but it was exciting because it was, this is basically me being able to bring both of my worlds together, film and
Yeah.
theater. And so,
Yeah.
but what was your your expression? How did Brother Hill tell you about that? That would be interesting to know too.
We're gonna do a play. And what a
What
play
a play!
at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center.
Oh,
I'm like,
oh,
oh my gosh.
right.
And we love going to Dr. Phillips. We go
Yes.
there quite often for various events that they have there. So we love going there. I just never thought that this would come to pass. And 3 nights.
3 nights, right?
So we're excited. The excitement has grown over the time, and there are so many people that are excited about it. So we're looking forward to it, and you with all of your expertise, um, and we've been there to see you in plays before, so it's
Yes, ma'am.
we felt comfortable again with you being at the helm.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not worthy of all this, but thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I mean, you kind of spoke about this a little bit, but you can kind of go in a little more detail. How's everything been up to your expectations? Being a little as we all are nervous to share our testimony, been a little nervous to share this part of your life. Has it been up to your expectations so far?
It has been. It actually has probably exceeded my expectations, but I'm still a little nervous, you know. I'm still a little nervous about it, but um, I I'm just putting it in God's hands.
Amen. Amen.
So, and I know that the purpose of it. That's the forefront of what I'm trying to keep in mind because I had heard this recently. God will convert pain into purpose and power. And that's
Amen.
exactly what we want this play and the film, all of this to do. Convert our pain from the past into purpose, which is for others to seek the Lord throughout their whole life, not just when things go bad, but even
Right.
when they're good.
Yes.
Seek him then, and he'll be with you the whole way through it all. I know sometimes it feels like you're alone in this, but if you have a relationship with Jesus, uh, it just makes everything okay. You just have to be patient. I
Right.
know the way the world is today, it seems like a ball of confusion, and
Mm.
we never know what's going to happen from day to day, but we know that God is in control and that he's able to make everything all right. We
Amen.
just we just keep trusting and be patient.
Amen. Thank you so much. Yes, I love that. Amen. 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 Bring it, Mama. Bring it. Yes, ma'am. I'm like, you just answered like four of my questions all in one. You did that. You did that. Now I'm gonna try to come back a little bit here. Now I know the great brother Hill, we had discussions about this too, like it was a struggle for him, to kind of see all of this playing out, like through the film, especially. And now through the play, we probably saw it more through the film, but even with the play, you can tell he's getting a little nervous too, because you're seeing everybody's trying to come out to see it. And so it's one of those things, like, how do you all, I mean, you kind of talked about that too, but what makes you push forward, despite, that, because that's really hard for someone to tell their testimony, to have kind of the guts to do such a thing, you know what I'm saying? How can you encourage someone to kind of, just like you all are doing, tell their testimony?
Well, I know when we had a book discussion previously, and people read the book, and someone said to me, "You don't look like what you've been through,"
Mm,
and that's just all to the glory of God. We just um, and Anderson, this was not his original intent when he wrote the book. He never thought this would go this far into, you know, play and stage. But he has accepted it, and now we're all excited about it. Our family is. So it's and he's the driving force in our family. He is the head of our family, and I do realize he was a little hesitant and about it initially, and just wants it to be what it was meant to be for. So if that involves showing some of your worst side, well, it may help somebody else know that, wow, all of my secrets that I've been keeping, I if I were to tell someone, it might help somebody. So, or if I have all of these issues and I don't know how to deal with them, I do have hope that the Lord can help me make some changes in my life to make my life more acceptable and pleasing in His sight.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, I know, even just working on this journey, and learning the story and really just learning these characters and everything that transpired, even on my own, what Monique and I have been through, it inspired me to want to come up with something as well. So,
Oh,
so it
good.
is inspiring, sharing that journey, with the world. And my motto for my business is, we produce, films and plays or productions that change lives, and this is definitely one that's going to change a lot of lives, I
Awesome.
will say. So yes, ma'am. So what are you looking forward to the most with Downhill the play and also the screening for Rock Hill the film?
Well, I'm really excited to just see how it comes out, how it's portrayed, particularly on stage. I think that will be very exciting to see all of the other elements. I don't know all the terminology, but just everything that will be put together to make this play. We're just really looking forward to that. And yeah, it's exciting. It's very exciting. And we've told our church about it. And, uh, a lot of people who know us as Deacon and Deaconess Hill are
Right.
going to get to see something a little different about
Uh-oh.
Deacon and
Uh-oh.
Deaconess.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Now that's gonna be something else. They're gonna be talking about this for a while. Yes,
Right. But
ma'am.
we're putting it out there. We're putting it
Hmm.
out there. So,
Yes. Now, if it had to be one, I mean, you've told me this already too, but I'm coming back to some of these just so we can go even further. What would you want the audience to leave, with after this show?
just really that I know it's going to be like, wow, that was a lot. I mean, somebody may have been through something similar and they will feel like, oh, okay, so they're kind of like us. And then there will be those who may be a little more judgmental. Uh, but the thing is to see what God has done in our lives since that time. And everybody they may not get it immediately, but at some point in time, I hope it comes to them that yes, people can mess up and people can get up. We fall down, but we get up. And when we get up better
Right.
and trying to in this case use ourselves as an example so that you see that you can do the same thing through whatever you go through.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, my great sister, Sandra Hill. I really appreciate this wonderful time you've given us. In closing, though, we do want to remind everyone to check out Downhill the Play going up May 29th through 31st. Make sure I get my dates right at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center here in Orlando, Florida. Please come out. Please come out. Now, Sister Sandra, you gonna be at all the shows? Which show you coming to?
Shows
There we go. There we
will
go. All right. All right. I know who I need to talk to right after the show. I know. All right.
yeah,
All right. Thank you so much. Any final thoughts? Any final words? You good?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Just
I just want everybody to know that we all might have to wait for our change to come, but just keep the faith and God will work it out.
amen. Amen to that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Great session. Great session. And we hope to see you all at the stage. Take care and be blessed.